3, 2, 1. We're going. Dennis doesn't have his mic ready.
No, we're good. We're good. That's fine.
What are you doing with it?
It was loose.
Okay. Well, anyway,
We're good. We're good.
Welcome back to CicadaCast. This is the Skinny Malone and the Gang podcast, brought to you by Cicada Studios. My name is Danny.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Dennis.
That's an official intro. That was a nice intro compared to our last episode.
That was a good one.
If you guys watched our last episode, it was very unorthodox.
Yes. Orthodontist.
I feel like that's a dentist, right?
Yeah.
I always get those and optometrist and like ophthalmologist or whatever mixed up. Yeah.
That's understandable.
I just feel like just call him a dentist. What's the point of the word dentist? I feel like the point of it is
Because nobody's named dentist. Like, you're saying call it dentist. Why? Like,
what?
where you say just like, oh, just call it dentist. Why call it dentist? Because that's all I heard. I'm like, that. Why does that make sense? It threw me off.
You say it because nobody's named it.
Okay.
Oh fuck!
You've been taking new improv classes. That's a throwback to the last episode. Be sure to go check that out.
Stop. Okay. We have to say words. It's a podcast. We gotta say words. Okay.
I'm glad you guys thought that was funny. I guess. Okay. So
it's 3 solid minutes of just insanity. Okay. Welcome. This is Skinny
you should blow
Malone.
your nose. You got some stuff.
Skinny Malone and the gang. My name is Danny.
I'm dentist. Oh, my stomach hurts, bro.
We already introduced ourselves. Why are we doing it again?
I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Welcome. This is episode 4. It's an even number. I always feel good about the even numbers.
Yeah, that are like 5. 5's a good number too.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Okay, speaking of 4, it's been 4 minutes and we haven't said anything. Okay. I don't know if any of that is going to be able to be listened to. Maybe.
Leave it if you
But
want.
when I hear people like losing their mind, I love it. It makes me
Yeah,
laugh.
Yeah,
It's the
I'll
best.
watch like compilations of people laughing. Like,
Yeah.
just gotta think it's funny.
Just something like relatable, you know. It's like a yawn. It's contagious, you know.
Yeah.
Stop. Brennan is yawned if you didn't hear it. Oh, our podcast is not visual yet because someone lost their camera.
Not only
Well,
that, but he then clarified that the
yeah.
same setup that his has or programming to it is the same thing on mine, and it won't allow us to go
Turns
past like
out
23 minutes or something.
DSLR cameras have a 30-minute recording cap.
Yeah, if anyone knows how to fix that,
I think you just gotta get it for camera, dog.
Yeah. Super Mega, help us out. We talked to you, called you out last episode. We love you. Help us out.
That was 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago.
Technically, yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in between
No.
last episode and this one.
Literally.
I don't recall anything.
Literally, yeah,
Yeah.
nothing happened. No bodies were hidden.
Sorry, excuse me.
How you boys doing today?
I'm doing.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like drained. That like took I can't even think. I had an intro, a topic, and I fumbled because you killed us both.
First time. Hell yeah. No, second. First time for me was the standing up thing.
God.
Oh my god.
That wasn't on the podcast, but
No.
that was a while
It
ago.
was it was a while ago. But
We
we
got
can
a lot of-
explain it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of funny yokes.
I don't know. I feel like trying to explain that would not do it justice.
Yeah,
No, it won't
yeah.
do it justice. Like I'll say the whole thing. It's just like, oh, okay. It'll just sound stupid as fuck.
Dennis stood up and like he was like, okay, it's kind of funny. He was like when you guys stand up, we were all at Brandon's house and we were like chilling out, hanging out, and then Dennis stood up, I guess to stretch or something.
I was being serious about it too.
I think we're about to leave, and Dennis was like, when you guys stand up, do you guys feel taller? But
Or
what?
something like.
But
yeah,
what?
That's literally what I said.
But what he meant was like, I think when you stand up, you feel taller than when you sat down. Is that what you meant? Like,
You have a new perspective on
I
the
guess.
room that you're in.
I guess because
But-
there's like, I don't know. It was just a weird feeling that for some reason everything genuinely like, yeah, I'm at my current height right now standing up, but it felt like I just felt taller than usual.
and then Brandon, it was kind of like a dentist moment where
Yeah.
Brandon was like, well, that's because you're standing up, Dennis. You're not sitting down anymore. We lost it for like 10
That
minutes.
was a looking good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. And the gym story.
I do like that it seems like at least like once every time when we hang out,
Mm-hmm.
at some point we're like crying laughing.
Yeah. That sounds of a good friendship.
It's like that one time we were driving from I think Bon Mi,
God, Landis.
and then that whole Landis thing. Just like that was literally I could not drive with you guys behind me because
And it was fucking storming.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't storming.
No, dude, it was like really
No,
bad storm.
It wasn't.
Was that that time?
No.
No, actually, no. I
Because
think
there
you're
was
right.
there was
It
one
wasn't.
time we went when it was like really like
Yeah,
blowing-
no,
the
it
wind was
wasn't.
blowing,
Yeah,
like,
it
You're right.
crazy.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
wasn't that.
No, you're right. It wasn't storming.
Yeah.
That's the woke police coming to cancel us. Am I right, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Am I right, Jordan Peterson?
That was loud.
Well, if you look at the statistics, men and women just cannot work together. A guy I know recommended a book by Jordan Peterson to my girlfriend, and I was sitting there thinking, like, don't ever, because she didn't know who he was, and the guy was like, he's a really good philosopher, and he's really well learned, and I don't care if we offend Jordan Peterson fans. I don't want you on the podcast anyway, listening to it. So, but yeah, he was like, he's really smart and blah blah blah, and this was the type of guy that would listen to Jordan Peterson. And
Of course.
and then my girlfriend was like, "Oh, cool, wow!" And I think I mentioned her in the last week, but she was interested, and I was like, "Hey, he's not a philosopher, and he's not very smart, and he's very not good for young male readers, so don't listen." We got a problem with old JP over here at Skinny Malone and the gang headquarters.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I don't remember what he looks like. I gotta look him up.
He looks like Kermit the Frog. No, he sounds like
He old. Kind of old.
Can you do a Kermit? I can't do a Kermit. I can't do a Kermit.
Mm,
Hello, Miss Piggy. I can't do a Kermit.
That guy.
I don't think so.
I've seen him before.
I'm trying to fill it out in my throat.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah, I'm
rating.
like-
I thought you were rating my impression, and you were like,
no. I
nah.
was like, can I do a Kermit?
I can do an Obama. We gather here today to talk about what matters. Well, I mean, if you're gonna stare at me, I can't.
I'm disappointed because normally your Obama's better than that.
It was.
Yeah, it was kind of lackluster today.
We're here today to talk about
Dentist.
What really matters. That was good. Come
That
on
was
now.
better.
Yeah, that was good. What really matters. He's very proper, but he's very like.
It's my stomach.
He's very. Do a Michelle. Go ahead, Dennis. I would love to hear you do this
No,
one.
I'm good.
We all know.
No.
We all know
I need
where
to
he-
stop messing with these things because I could hear the little.
Stop, dude.
I will.
Bruh.
Obama, command you to stop. Can you do a good Bernie Sanders? I wanted to watch the Mario movie and review it this week, but I didn't watch it, and because I don't care.
I've heard nothing but good things from people about it.
Everyone
Same.
is dying today. Apparently, everyone is dying.
Luckily, we're safe here in the studio.
There is a zombie apocalypse in Mount Pleasant. New strand, just can't get it
New
contained.
stand just dropped.
Yeah, new DLC, new Days Gone DLC. We're like 2 yards from a fire station. So
Are we really?
yeah, well, we're actually across the street, really, because there was a festival or something there a few years ago, 2 maybe, and chocolate rain.
Shut
That
up,
was
kids,
random.
Zonda.
That made no sense to the
It really
listeners.
didn't. It feels like we're
Brandon-
just off track right now.
Brandon moved.
I moved away from
He
the
moved
mic.
away from the mic like Tayzonde. Tayzonde, come on the podcast, please. I love Tayzonde. Not even because of Chocolate Rain. I love the person. I love the man.
He's a cool dude.
I love him.
Just chill.
Perfect human.
Mm-hmm.
Come on the podcast. What do we talk about? I don't want to talk about Chocolate Rain. I feel like he gets so many interviews about that. I just want to talk to him.
I'd be like, all right. So if it was raining out right now, would you say that there would be like a flavor?
Yes, it'd be chocolate.
No, I realize that song is like has a deeper message than that, but
Really?
yeah,
It's about the anarcho-capitalistic society. I'm just kidding. I don't know what it's about.
Hey, what's the deep message?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I mean, it does have like a deeper message.
It's
Like,
deep though, but is it like a cover of a song?
no,
Okay.
I think it was an original.
If I ever bring anyone on the
I just remember like watching a video of him like talk about it on an interview one time.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's cool. Well, come on the podcast, talk about it. But if I ever bring anyone on the podcast, I don't want to talk about what they do. I feel like if we ever have a guest, like if I had well, I mean, this is a pipe dream, but if I ever had like an athlete on the podcast, like I wouldn't talk about, the NBA. I talk about like, what do you do?
Yeah,
like
who
you as a
cares,
person,
bro. Like
yeah.
the same questions you've heard 50 times before. Like,
Yeah, like
let's just have a
he's-
conversation.
Like he's contractually obligated to talk about these type of things.
What's your
like,
Taco Bell order, dog?
Yeah, exactly. Gordita Crunch. What are you into? But yeah, I just feel like if I hear like, oh, exclusive interview with like XXXTentacion before he died, and I hear it and it's like, what do you think about the music industry? And it's like, oh wow, he's never talked
Yeah.
about this ever.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why I don't like interviews. I
Yeah.
never watch them.
They
'cause
get-
It's always the same
like,
shit.
it's just very corporate.
It's
Like
always the same question.
it's all PR. Like we're here to like spread, like get clout for our like whatever like studio, and like you're here just to like promote your new album or promote your new project. Like nothing is genuine. Like
Yeah.
anytime an actor from like any movie is getting interviewed, it's gonna be about that like latest movie they made. Like it's never gonna be about like, hey, Michael B. Jordan, what do you like on your soup? It's always like, how do you yeah, what toppings do you like on your soup pizza? It's always like, so Creed 3, how was it like working with Jonathan Majors? It's like, well, I was the first male he could beat. But let's not put that in.
Oh, hitting hard. Sucks for
Literally.
that guy. Yeah.
Jonathan Brown. Every Brown is abusive. Have you ever noticed that? Bobby, Chris, and there was another Brown.
Recluse.
Antonio Brown, football player.
Who's Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown. It's my prerogative. Everybody's talking. Was he in New Edition?
I don't know.
He was like a guy back in like the 80s.
Singer? Or not?
He did the Ghostbusters theme song.
Oh. Okay. I remember.
I'm Bobby Brown. That was him. They've all been abusive. Chris, Bobby, Antonio, stop naming your kids Brown. They just got a punch.
Oh my god, dude.
Brown, stop it. Chris Brown, he used to be cool, dude. I used to be a big fan. Back when he was like 16, he was making like, give me that. I was like, oh yeah, it's cool. It was like 2006, 5. That was his first album.
Mm-hmm.
But then like after that,
yeah, just recently I saw a clip where like he invited some woman off of like the crowd because he started like dancing around her, giving her a dance while singing and all that. I was like, oh man, Chris Brown's giving me a dance. But she was just like on her phone, like seeing how well she looked, trying to post it. The motherfucker just grabs her phone and throws it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's like, all right, dude, that's not. We get it. You're trying to give attention and all, but like, why would you have to do that?
My girlfriend, no name drop, loves Chris Brown, so she's gonna be really pissed at this episode because I'm finna shit on this person.
Get mad.
I feel like he's just violent. I don't know why he's still famous.
I don't think he still performed. I was
because
surprised
it's not just the thing that we all think about.
Yeah,
there were it continued after that. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the Twitter video? Have you seen the Twitter video of him potentially doing drugs in a club?
No.
There's like a video of him like dancing, and then he just goes like, and like on the fly, and then just keeps dancing.
Jeez.
He's always had a problem. If he has like a substance addiction, I get it. You know, I don't get it, but like I understand. Like, okay, if you're struggling with something, but like you weren't always on this. Like you're pretty violent before the
alleged drug use.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was checked into rehab, so there was
Okay.
as a real thing. But yeah, Browns. Just something about Browns. Them boys they build different. And I guess Majors now, but that's alleged. We don't know the facts.
Apparently, there's been some before because apparently,
shit.
They're like, because as soon as one thing comes out, everybody else starts coming out about it, and so people have been coming out about that. So as far as I understand, his like personal agent and all that, and general manager and shit just like stepped away from him. And as far as what Disney's gonna do, no clue. They might end up switching him out for somebody else. So,
what a weird.
We're not that far into Kang, anyways. So,
when it comes to Antonio Brown, the football player, I don't know if y'all know it. I suspect CTE because CTE is a really big problem in the NFL, which is that it's constant traumatic.
Oh, like for like the head injuries and stuff. Yeah.
Because it literally, I don't know if y'all watched that Aaron Hernandez documentary. Like he was a player for the Patriots.
He was like all tattooed up too, I think, right?
Hispanic guy.
Hispanic, like yeah.
He had that black girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he beat her and killed a guy. 2 people actually. I think one person.
Something like that. Yeah.
And
I've heard of the name.
And yeah, he was an asset on the Patriots, and he was fine, and he played in the Super Bowl, but he had CTE because they found out from his autopsy, because I think he killed himself in prison.
Yeah.
He definitely had it, and like they've studied players that have had CTE over the course of the NFL history, and like the way it plays out is it literally makes you act more toxic. Like when you get that constant brain injury in the way you get it in the NFL, it makes you like beat your wife, and like it makes you like get speeding tickets and like shoot up clubs. Like it makes you act how you would think a toxic NFL player would act. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, you can't test it until they're dead. Like you can't test the brain for it until the body's gone. Yeah, so like they can't tell.
That seems kind of odd.
Well, it's like I think the test right now, I mean, like things may change in the future, but like the test right now, they have to have the whole brain and like see where the swells are. This is
So-
100% wrong. I know I'm wrong, but like
Because it seems like you'd be able to pick it up on like an MRI or something.
Yeah, like usually that's how they pick up all this other shit. Why would that be any different?
well, because I think it masks itself as just a concussion, which you can get concussions because they're like every like safety and wide receiver has concussions in their brain, but you can't see it as a. I think that's what the C stands for, concussive something, whatever. But it just comes as like a concussion when they review it like X-ray or MRI.
Mm-hmm.
But when they start noticing behavior, and then the player like kills himself or gets shot in the club or like dies, then they test the brain in the autopsy. Like, yeah, he had CTE.
Jeez.
I think Antonio Brown had CTE. He took a big hit when he was in Pittsburgh. Steven might put the video up. But yeah, he took a big hit. This is the hit. Oof. That's the hit. Sync it with the Mario oomph. Just put the Mario oomph. Don't. It's kind of poor taste. But yeah, after that hit, he was never the same. He's like Kanye West if Kanye West was an NFL player, like legitimately. Like Buddy is
just
insane.
like lost it.
He he went from being like the poster child for the NFL to like Chris Brown if he was an NFL player with like Kanye West's schizophrenia. He was. It's like something's obviously changed, and that also happened in Aaron Hernandez. He went from being like this kind of quiet, like big tough guy for the NFL for the New England Patriots, and like he was good, had a lot of stats, had a lot of points. He was good. He was a good guy, and then he just something happened, and he just kept. I think during when he was in the Super Bowl that game, earlier, like prior to that game, he had killed somebody, and he was in the Super Bowl and just killed somebody.
Really?
Yeah, he got involved with like some gang shit and like some like LA gang shit or whatever, or some East Coast gang shit if he was in New England, and like he started beefing with guys that was like way below. Like I'm talking about dudes like dudes that make Charlotte, dudes like that. He started beefing with like actual like Mustang and Charger guys, like dudes that's like probably like the bottom of the barrel for New England.
Some grunts, basically.
Yeah, and you're like a fucking like multi-millionaire, and you're going to nightclubs to prove your dominance to dudes who probably still eat cafeteria lunch, like. And yeah, he killed someone in a car because I think in the documentary they picked a guy up, took him to the club, got in a fight at the club, and then I guess the guy that they went with knew the guys, and then they drove back to went somewhere secluded, popped the guy in the car, got out, switched cars, and went back home, and then and this dumb fuck had cameras all over his house, like outside and inside, so like the attorney just had to like show like
right.
This is him leaving, coming back, and this is him dumping a trash bag into his dumpster that he didn't leave with, and then like he's fucking dumb, and it's like he obviously had CTE, and he did when they tested him, he had CTE, and yeah, this motherfucker was in the Super Bowl playing, and he just killed somebody, and he was just sitting there just playing like. Yeah, and I think they won the Super Bowl probably because of him. I mean, he was a big dude. He could play football. That's why he's in the fucking New England Patriots, because back when Tom Brady was playing, you had to be top tier for Bill Belichick to want you on his team. And, like, he was good, but he was also a fucking murderer.
Jesus.
But, yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for his girlfriend, because she shacked up with this millionaire and was like, well, my life is set. And then was like, no, actually, he's insane.
Not quite.
Yeah. I think they had a kid, too.
Had?
Well, I mean,
like,
he had a kid, but, like...
it's the kid still, like...
Yeah, I mean, she has a kid, but he had a kid.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's in probably not Heaven's Gate.
Like in the middle.
Yeah, he's in Purgatory or wherever. Dante's Inferno. That's a reference. I like that book. It's my favorite book. Dante's Inferno.
I haven't read it.
I thought you couldn't read.
I can't. I actually shout out because I watched a video from the boy Wendigoon, who covered the entire Dante's Inferno book. I would love to have him on the podcast.
Never heard of him.
I don't know if he's from Texas, but he's been to he's been in North Carolina before.
I thought he was going to say he's been to hell before.
He has.
I mean, he said he was in Texas, right?
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
Yeah. He's like Kratos. He climbed that hell in God of War 2.
I hated that game. I hated that part of the game.
You what? Oh, climbing out of hell?
Yeah.
You didn't like fighting Hades?
No, I'm saying that specific area, climbing out of hell, it was the most annoying thing ever.
Oh, the QTEs?
Either that or it was just because there was that literal wall that was just a spinning wall with swords on it.
That was
spikes and shit.
That was
and
right
like,
before.
Yeah, that was like literally just the final stuff. You had to do like 3 of those different stages.
Did you play on hard? Because I played on normal.
I played on normal. And it's still
Okay.
hard. Literally, you can ask anybody who's played that game or even look up videos online and they'll tell you that shit at God of War is one of the most annoying things ever. Because you'd climb, then the fucking thing would hit you. You'd have to start over.
Probably not now. Because probably the most annoying thing is the Valkyries from fucking God of War 2018. I hate them bitches.
They were pretty easy for me.
Bullshit.
No,
What different did you play on?
I played it on Give Me God of War.
No.
That was that one I played it on. The only time I actually had to lower the difficulty was when I got to the last one, the Queen.
Yeah, I played
I
played Dark Souls melee only, no damage, and it's pretty easy. You know, I played Dark Souls 2 melee only, no damage, no
Just letting
magic.
you know that's the first game I've ever played on its hardest difficulty.
It's pretty
ever.
easy.
Because I was like, let me challenge myself for once.
Yeah, well, I play
And,
for.
like, I regretted all of it.
Yeah, well, I
still
play
made it
fucking
through.
Forza and Unbeatable.
Oh my god.
Mic drop.
Oh, and that shit's actually rigged against you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
100%. Any
actually
racing
rigged.
game is fucking rigged against
It wasn't. It wasn't in 1 and 2. 1 and 2, it was better. If you ever get a chance, play 1 and 2 on Unbeatable. It's like you can act. It's unbeatable, but I feel like it's called that because you start in the back of the pack every race, which I don't understand why racing
No, I've
games
never
do.
understood that either.
Like,
Yeah, I guess they think that's a major handicap, but then you realize
Like,
you
give
can just
like a-
soup up your car.
just like do like a qualifying thing, or have like you start better with each rep.
Yeah.
Like if you gain repetition. Or like
F1 does
right.
that, right? Yeah.
F1 has qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Gran Turismo had qualifying, because like it makes no fight. Gran Turismo, okay. Like Gran Turismo calls itself the real racing simulator, but like there's no pit crew, there's no pit strategy, and like there's no like forecast alert, like oh it's gonna rain, so like
Right.
come in for intermediates. Like it's just like, and you start in the back every pack. There's no qualifying. It's like I mean it's not really real. It's kind of like racing simulator. It's not real.
Yeah. What games y'all been playing lately?
Oh well, I've been playing a bunch of games recently because I bought this pack on the PlayStation Network. I don't know, a lot of people might know this. It's the Far Cry like pack, and it's 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I've been playing those 4. I played. Okay, well, what have you been playing recently?
You keep talking. We'll take turns. That's
Okay,
fine.
well,
Yeah.
I got a lot to say about this.
Oh.
Because I got all the games and I've been playing them, and I will say I think we might have had rose tinted glasses for Far Cry 3. It's nice, it's fun, but there's a lot of like 2011 video game tropes that like climb the tower, blah 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 blah, and like if you die you go to your last checkpoint, which was fucking 5 hours ago, and like
Right.
and like every single time you get in a car, 500 enemies are gonna spawn and shoot you and go Rakyat, and then you're gonna die, and then you got to start over for 5 hours. So Far Cry 3. Before I played these 4 games back to back, my favorite was Far Cry 4. That was always my favorite. I thought.
No, Far Cry 3 was the one that was considered like
Yeah, that's what everyone
really
likes.
good, right?
Yeah.
Because of the villain, whatever.
Yeah, because of the villain everyone thinks is deep because he acts like Heath Ledger Joker, which isn't deep at all. Far Cry 4 was my favorite villain. No, it wasn't. Far Cry 4 was my favorite game, but Pagan Min was kind of normal. He was kind of like edgy, like oh I'm sadistic and British, but that was kind of it. But I thought the gameplay and like the story was like there, but not there too much. so that you don't feel like rushed to like do the like plot missions, and you can like kind of explore, which it does feel like that, but it's not good. It's not better than 3.
I can't remember what the last one I played is.
It's so like 3, I would say, is pretty good. It's good, but it has the tropes of like an old game where it's like this was way before like, well, not way before, but this was before like people really thought about checkpoints and like pacing and like mission difficulty. 4 is like 3, but it's just there's just stuff missing. Far Cry 5,
Is that the one that's in America?
yeah, is actually still my favorite because after I played, because I lied, Far Cry 4 is my favorite up until Far Cry 5 came out, and a lot of people are gonna hate that opinion, but I like Far Cry 5 a lot. I think they innovated a lot on that Ubisoft because there was no towers that you had to like climb like Assassin's Creed and like discover the map. Like the story was out of your way enough so that like everything you did felt like you were achieving like and like progressing, and you weren't like just find my fish. This doesn't help you at all, but please do it. Like Breath of the Wild or some shit. But like
Kingdom Hearts 1 does that shit.
Kingdom Hearts every. But like I like Far Cry 5. The Montana setting is kind of like, well, it's not really Far Cry if I'm an American in America, but I like it.
Is it 5 or 4 that has, which one's the villain with the blonde hair, purple suit?
That's 4, isn't it?
4.
That's 4.
Pagan
Okay, so
name.
5 is the guy with like the tattoo here. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
the father.
Okay.
Far Cry 3 is Voss.
Yeah, I know
something.
that. Yeah.
Far Cry 4 is Pagan Man. Far
Yeah.
Cry 5 is Joseph Seed. Far Cry 6
It's
is
Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito or something like
That's
that.
the actor's name. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying that. Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh fuck! I just had it. It's
And there's a Cuban one too, right?
Anton Castillo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing Far Cry 6, and it's actually, I'm playing that right now. I mean, it's actually pretty good. I thought it was gonna, because like, okay, I'll be honest. A lot of like reviews of it were really bad, but I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's because there's a lot of women in the game. I'm just gonna be honest.
Damn.
I noticed from the jump that they are kind of doing the like, you know, the leader of your battalion is a woman.
Like the Avengers Endgame thing.
There are a lot of like there are a lot of like big bads that like own this company, and they're women, and there's a trans man in it, and there's like, and his girlfriend's like kind of lesbian coded, and it's like, yeah, but those people exist. Like I don't care. Like trans men exist.
Yeah.
One of my best friends ever of all time is Blake. If you're listening, I love you. I love him. He's cool. Like they exist. Like there are women that own companies. Like there are women that own, or like there are women
It
that
seems like it's such a big deal, but it's like,
yeah. Like if you look at like like no major politics, but like the Ukrainian shit, there are a lot of women that are like leading battalions and like doing shit over there and like fucking shit up, and it like they can do it. Like you don't need male muscle fibers to hold a gun. Like you can just aim a gun and shoot it, and then you're basically a soldier. Like, especially in a guerrilla battalion where like you're self-trained. But
anyways, Far Cry 6.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel ham-fisted.
Do you think
like,
it's just like review bomb? I said review bombed by like.
Okay,
I think most games are.
I think a little, yeah, because Far Cry 5 didn't get this kind of shit, and there are a lot of women in that game, but there are side characters. Like, a lot of the people you meet that actually do anything for you are men, and Far Cry 6 is exactly the same, but just like literally 50% of them. Like, I've met plenty of male characters in the game that kick ass and do shit. The first guy you meet is Juan Cortez, and he has a pet alligator, and dude is fun as fuck, and he's sick as fuck. Guapo, yeah, he's fun as fuck, and he's sick as fuck, and he kills a lot of shit, and he's a guy, and it's like, okay, cool. And then the next person you meet is a woman, and it's like,
and dude's just pissed, throwing their controller into the screen.
I think it was Last of Us.
So mad.
I think it was Last of Us 2
It's probably
type
some
shit.
like Discord host or something like that.
Yeah.
Reddit mods.
I think it got a little review bombed. I also think that happened to Saints Row 2022. I think the game was fun. I played it, and it was like Saints Row 3, but better graphics. Like, if you didn't like Saints Row 3, you won't like it. But Saints Row 4 or Saints Row 5 is just Saints Row 3 again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I wouldn't say a game is bad until I try it. You know, like,
yeah.
I never said, oh, Saints Row, the new one, is horrible. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not going to say something. Am I interested in it? No. So I'm not going to get it because I'm not going to be interested in it.
Yeah, it's not for
but
you. It's not
shouldn't
for
be
you.
like, oh, this shit sucks anyways. Which is
And
like,
the thing is,
like, why?
I always give these games a try.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Saints Row 5 it's not like that, like, college liberal, like California, San Francisco, like, blue-haired. Like, it's literally Saints Row 3. Like, they make, like, prostitute jokes, hooker jokes, like, racist jokes. Like, it's Saints Row. Like, it's always been Saints Row.
Yeah.
You just saw a girl on the cover and read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but, yeah, Far Cry 6, I think it's fun so far. It's a few mishaps, but that's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft
has a reputation for that.
There's a few.
Yeah.
I've gotten stuck in a few rocks. Had to restart a mission. I've literally like parachuted and just got like stuck in a rock and like I'm just glitching.
I mean, their
like,
most famous little mishap is with like all of Assassin's Creed Unity.
now
That
Assassin's
shit was horrible.
now Assassin's Creed. That's a game where you play as men, for men, by men, and the game sucks because the game is trash. But yeah, my rating on Far Cry 6 right now. I haven't beat it, so I can't give a complete rating. But I'll say it's like 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not like
Buy it on sale.
not even that. I would say like buy just this game because like the whole pack was like 70, and like
It's a pretty good deal.
I wouldn't pay that much for. But if you buy the game, it's been out for a while. It's probably like 160 on or like 60 on Steam or whatever. I'd buy it, play it. It's a fun, like, you don't, like, the game is not forcing you to do the mission. I hate when open world games are like, okay, I know you're trying to, like, you know, go do this fetch quest to get some XP, but can you please save your dying son? Fallout 4, can you please save your dying baby newborn child? Please? Please? A new settlement needs your help, but you have a dying baby child. And it's like, which one do I do? Like, the side missions are more fun, but I do have a newborn kid that was kidnapped 5 minutes ago, and it's like Codsworth is like, "Hello, mother. Can you please fetch me some materials from Concord?"
Yeah. Right.
But
Brand.
yeah, I told you my rant was long.
Yeah.
So
That was like, damn. Right? Then again, he went through like 3 different games.
yeah.
What have you been playing recently?
I guess what I've put the most time into recently.
Got this new game Skyrim.
You guys probably haven't heard of it, but it's called Skyrim.
It's got a lot of modding.
And
I joined the Discord. A lot of dinosaurs.
It's fairly new.
I did almost play a Skyrim mod recently, and then I didn't. But I downloaded it, and I was like, "This is kind of cool." It's called Enderall. If anybody wants to check it out,
I saw that recently.
but it just seems.
Is it new?
Nah, it's at least a few years old, I think.
Well, never mind. I think I saw something else.
But it just seemed like the beginning of it is so stressful to me that I was like, I don't know if I can play this because I get really stressed out and anxious even when playing video games. But
Is it like a story mod or something?
yeah, so it's like a completely new story, I think.
Okay.
No, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, which was very exciting to me. Cause one of my friends gave it to me, so I didn't have to pay for it.
That was
And-
that was all God of War. All my
And-
God of Wars were gifted.
And 2, like when I was like in elementary school and like got my first computer, like Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale, like these were all games that like I loved and played all the time. So like it kind of getting like a revival is really cool to me. I guess similar games have came out since then, like
Is it like a remake or
like
a
Pillars of Eternity and stuff, but
is it like a remake or something?
no, it's just like a completely new game.
Oh, it's like a reboot, I guess.
Yeah, like
Okay.
rebooting the series, I guess. But
Cool.
no, it's very Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm all about. So
Well, I'm not, but I might watch the new movie. Might get me into it.
no, I've been playing that. I kind of recently started playing Plate Up again, like because I love cooking games for some reason. And
we played some Overcooked back in the day.
yeah, Overcooked's always fun.
Yeah.
Dusted off the trying to shake the rust off of my Super Meat Boy skills. Been
Boy.
playing that
God,
again,
that
but
Oh my god.
I feel like I need to use a different controller. I think mine's just like kind of old. Cause I don't know if it's the controller like eating my inputs or if I'm just not as good at the game as I used to
Are
be.
you
Are you playing it on your
Xbox
PC?
controller,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
playing on PC,
Okay.
Xbox
I
controller.
think I have one I could just give it to you.
I've got another
You got
one.
a couple? Alright.
I've been using the same one for so long, and it's like
Yeah.
all nice and worn in, and like.
It's to your style.
But
That reminds me of a story, but
go ahead.
well, I mean, I
Let's
don't
hear
want to interrupt Dennis again. But
Yeah.
what have you been playing, Dennis? Unless you weren't done talking about your games.
You got any upcoming
Also been
games?
playing
Hentai Tentacles Volume 3?
Mini Motorways. I played a lot of Mini Metro back in the day. Well, I say back in the day, it's not that old, but
Steven?
no, I've been playing a lot of Mini Motorways. It's kind of like my
Pop those 2 games up.
relaxation game, which the couple people I showed it to just think it looks really stressful, but to me, it's like very soothing.
It's one of those TISM simulators.
Yeah, that's why I don't play those like strategy games like Civ or Star
StarCraft.
Citizen. I think is one
StarCraft?
of them.
Yeah,
Because like I
Star
look at the
Citizen,
images
like
of
Stellaris.
it, and it's just like that's too many words. But
4X games are kind of hard to get into, but
Yeah.
they're a lot of fun with like a group of people or something.
Right.
What did you say? 4X?
Yeah, I can't remember what the 4 X's are. Like explore, expand, something and something like.
Extra. X-rated. Exterminate. Excrete. Okay, well, what have you been playing, Dennis?
anyways,
This is the game section.
honestly, nothing different. I've been with some friends just playing Overwatch here and there. That sweaty ass game.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Soy?
Yeah. Oh, I did. It recently got added into the PlayStation Plus Premium thingy, and it's Dragon Ball Kakarot. Let me get closer because it sounds kind of low.
Kakarot?
Dragon Ball Kakarot. And it's a pretty fun little game.
Yeah.
Kakarot.
I haven't played it, but I watched some people play.
Yeah, it's fun. I know I'm game shared with some friends, so I'm just like, oh hey, do you guys have the DLC? They haven't answered. It's
Is
been
that like
3 days.
the RPG?
Yeah, kind of. Think of it as like Xenoverse almost, but not Xenoverse. Because Xenoverse is very like create your own path type thing, while this one just literally it's just Dragon Ball. It's the Dragon Ball story from like the first ones to like through DLC would be the Beerus and all that other shit. But I haven't played it in like last time I played it was like 3 days ago. Before you go on your little rant about it, because you're gonna say something about it.
I'm antsy over here.
Hey, what else did I play? I keep looking at my games on Steam. Day you came over, I had downloaded Final Fantasy VII just to try it out on there, but I haven't done anything.
Y'all been playing like Risk of Rain or something, haven't y'all?
Not
Yeah,
as of
it's been a
recent.
while.
It's been a while, yeah. It's a fun game, but
I don't know what the hell it is.
currently
So
it's
like
a
some liberal
it's
shit.
a roguelike
Yeah.
or roguelite.
Like an
'Cause there's
FPS
a difference between the two.
There's a difference. I thought it was just
There's roguelite and roguelike.
I'm not sure which it qualifies under.
Is
Yeah.
roguelite
There's,
like a rogue type game that's like stripped of some features, and like a roguelike is like a game trying to like emulate the feeling of a rogue type game, or is that the difference? Or
So a roguelike is kind of like
Noita?
it's somewhat random. So you'll get like random items like that you don't necessarily have control over, but like I guess certain ways you play Risk of Rain you can control which items you get.
Just kind of like Noita. Have
Is
you
it?
seen that game?
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Like Noita Love Devolution or something like that.
maybe, or like Hades.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've only seen Dennis play Hades for like
It's a
2
fun
seconds.
game. Great game.
it looks fun.
Bad memories with it though. Bad memories in the fact that like my save file somehow magically got deleted when I was over at his house one day. I was like, hey, look, play on my file, and then we'll create a new one so he could play for himself. Created the new one on the 3rd slot, and then I go back. I'm like, all right, let me play on mine. I was like, fuck.
That game's really hard. I would have been upset.
No, it's great. I love it. I've had so many runs on it. But anyways,
Yeah, but if my save got deleted, I'd be pretty fucking mad.
yeah, no, I haven't played it since until like recently. But I I can't say I've been playing much, honestly. I in terms of upcoming games, we got the Star Wars game coming out next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for that.
I still need to play the last one.
Speaking of upcoming games, I'm excited about the new Naruto Ultimate Ninja.
I'm not.
I am.
It doesn't seem interesting. It just.
Oh.
Is there even anything new to it?
Oh, I'm interested. I'm ready to get back into the game. I'm ready to get back into
But
the
is there
competitive
anything
nature.
new to it?
Now I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to get back into the competitive world of it.
I'm excited for the Budokai game.
I'm ready to
that's
get back
coming out.
online.
Yeah, I forgot there was a new Budokai.
I'm ready. I'm excited for that too, but I'm ready for Naruto because
Yeah, no, you.
I'm a
love Naruto.
demon on them sticks. Anybody want to challenge me? I'm ready.
I think we have had like little fights with because I think you have it.
No, I'm talking about.
No,
I'm talking about anybody listening.
Oh,
I have
okay.
like the old like Ultimate Ninja,
That's the
Oh,
best
which is
one.
like my favorite ones.
That's
but
the best one.
Was that the
bro.
one where like I
but these are
remember we
like
used to have
2D. Like
yeah,
like they're on like a 2D plane. They're not
Yeah,
like
that's the
3D
one.
running around.
My brother and I used to
That
have
might-
one on PS2, and he broke a controller because I think it has like an analog thing where like you kind of like fight back and forth with
I
it.
think so.
I don't know if those were
And
called
he did
Ultimate
that.
Ninja.
They were.
They were, yeah,
No, those might have been Ultimate Ninja, and I
But
think
they weren't
Ultimate
like,
Ninja
they weren't-
Storm
yeah,
is
they're
the
not
new
the
ones.
Storm.
yeah.
Yeah, Storms are the ones I play. For a little people that don't know,
He likes Naruto.
That's pretty fucking good at Naruto. Other than Storm back in the day, I was semi-competitive. And I actually it was okay. I was really competitive. I like Naruto and Storm. And I was pretty good. I was really fucking good. These two can tell you. Whoop dice. But like, I wanted to be like serious. Like I wanted to have like an esports thing with it. And there was a team in North Carolina that played this game back in like the early 2010s because that's when the game was popular. And it was like this all Japanese team, and they only spoke fucking Japanese, or at least from what I looked at on their fucking like resume or whatever, or their like website application. They only spoke Japanese, and my favorite character to use because this was during Generations, or this might have been 4, but my favorite character to use was Obito, and he's an Uchiha. In this all Japanese team, they only use Uchiha. So if you wanted to join their team, you had to use an Uchiha. There's a guy that mained Kirin Sasuke. There's a guy that mained Itachi, of course, Madara, of course. I think a guy that kind of flip-flop between Obito and Kid Sasuke, and I mained Obito. And there were 5 members, and they were looking for a 6th, and it was like perfect, but I had to go to Charlotte to like meet them, and like I had to like move into their like little like content house, and my mom, I knew my mom would have been like, no, you're literally 14, no, and like, but I feel like if I would have done that, because I looked up a guy on YouTube that was in the team, and he was wicked with them sticks on Sasuke, but I could have gave him that work. I could have had Obito, and I could have gave
You're
him.
claiming you were better than
I
him.
could have gave him that work. Yes.
Somebody who was possibly older than you put his entire life onto it.
He might have been older. I could have gave him that fucking work. Dennis. I knew I could have did it. Oh, I knew I could have did it. I could have gave him that work. I don't know his name because the YouTube channel and the video and the title was all Japanese, and I didn't know anything about Japanese at the time. Unless his name was Ereshimas, I didn't know anything. So,
What's the name?
his name wasn't.
No,
Don't make him say it
no.
again.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could have given him. I could have won. I could have beat him. I could have joined the team. But and I think most like fighting game esports teams back in the day, you had to fight to get in. And
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Got to show up with a baseball bat.
yeah,
break
yeah,
some
yeah. Like
knees.
in IRL, you had to show up, fight them, punch them. A bunch of like limp-wristed 140
Fighting
pound
games are
gamers.
fun, but man, do they really require a lot of like
Yeah, you.
practice.
If you want to
and
be
stuff.
good at fighting games, you just have to know life it.
My brother,
Yeah, that's how I got good at
yeah,
Naruto.
like my brother when he was younger. I don't know how old he. I know it was like 360 era, and there was this one fighting game that he'd always play called Blaze Blue,
Yeah.
and he played the shit out of that. And then like a couple of years later, he would tell me about how much he'd play it, and he was like in the
See, like
top,
remembering
like,
frame data and like all this crap.
well, no, that, but the fact that he also was in like the top 1,000 or something like that, which might not seem like much, but for a game that was brand new at the time and like only a small player base at the time was a lot.
Bro, I used to count the frames for punches back during the Storm days. Naruto's punch, Kid Naruto's punch is 16 frames. Adult Rock Lee's punch.
How do you count that?
Adult Rock Lee. This was like data that like the no-lifers had put on like Reddit and shit. Adult Rock Lee's punch is 14 frames. So people would like if you picked Rock Lee, people wouldn't melee you up close because I think that's the least amount of frames for a punch. Like they wouldn't melee him; they would just use throwables, and then use support. And then when they would melee, they would get in to like kind of distract him, like not even like try to beat him because you're gonna get punched, but like try to like beat him and then set up a super. But yeah, that was the that's how no life that was.
I feel you on that because in terms of no life in fighting games too. Again, me growing up with fighting games, I hated it because my brother would always whoop my ass. I could never fucking do anything. Then Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. I'm like, yeah. All my friends got into it. I'm like, all right, I'll get into it with them. And like, God, I wish I genuinely knew how to properly play it. But like, there are times where like I'll pop off. But then out of nowhere, my other friend comes in and just like, hey man, just letting you know, I've been no-lifing the fuck out of it. Sure enough, he has, because he knew it. He'd go like Ultra Instinct Goku. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he'd go Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. I'm like, alright, you're gonna be an asshole then. And then he'd go Super Saiyan Broly. I'm like, okay, you really are gonna go fucking asshole. And he just like would rinse my fucking team.
Yeah, I didn't.
And it's such a fun game.
I played Fighters for a little bit, but I don't know, just any type of games like that where there's like looping combos and stuff. Like I just don't think it's fun. Like I don't.
Yeah, I hate getting stuck in like juggles.
I mean, it does like. It's fun at a casual level.
Yeah.
But like anything like that, or like Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff, like playing at a high level against like high level people is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about the Call of Duty games. I wanted to get into Modern Warfare 2 because like my cousins and shit are playing it, but like I just feel like it's so sweaty. Like, and you have to like do like online matches and like do like DMZ shit to like get new guns.
Well, no,
and skins.
Not really.
And
you usually get the guns and skins at leveling up normally, but that DMZ thing is just like, hey, you want this one specific
But you
gun?
level up online.
Right, yeah. That's never been a problem.
That shit is sweaty, bro.
I mean, how else are you going to level up?
No, I'm talking about, like, Call of Duty, like, the community. It's, like, all,
the community
it's, like, all
sucks.
ego. Like, it's all sweaty. Like,
it really is.
If
Always
you try
has
to
been.
get into the game, no, because if like the new Modern Warfare 2, if you try to get into the game now, I feel like you're not gonna be competitive at all because it's just sweats. It's just like dudes dolphin diving in the slide cancels and flash banging and blah blah blah. And it's like I just and like I'm complaining because I'm not good, but like I feel like
it's a skill issue.
I feel like it's hard to get good when like the community around you is so good and no one will help you. But like I feel like the old like Black Ops 1 and 2, I feel like you could get into that and just like pick it up and play, and it was like I'm not that good, but auto aim and like predator drones, I feel like I can
what's
get
that term like I was like what you've been going off of just now, saying how good you're at Naruto or whatever.
Yeah.
I could say the same for myself with Call of Duty. I played the shit out of that. Now, not as much, but if I really got back into it, I'd be dropping like 30, 40, 50 bombs if I wanted to. Because I genuinely was good at the game. Yeah, like in Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and both of those games I prestige mastered.
Black Ops 1 was my thing. Yeah. And then after that, well, Modern Warfare, when did 3 come out?
2013, I think.
Might have been the one I'm thinking of. I was pretty good at that one.
3.
That was around the GTA 5 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty good at Modern Warfare 3. I wasn't like competitive, like or like ranked or some shit, but I was.
I do want to play this new game that Ubisoft, surprisingly of all people, Ubisoft is making called X Defiant. Ubisoft and
Ubisoft, I'll be hard.
Jesus, and that was a stupid one, but we'll go through that.
It's still in your mind though.
Yeah, I know, because it was stupid.
It's rent free in that head.
Anyways,
that sexy head of yours.
It's called X Defiant, but from my understanding is that it has people, ex Call of Duty workers, And when you look at the gameplay on it, dude, I think if people other than
What is it called again?
X Defiant. It's still in beta right now, so there's no idea, no clue. There's no idea as to when it'll be released.
Was it at like the Game Awards or something?
No.
Not
so.
like in the Game Awards, but
it's like a trailer or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was.
I don't think
But
I've seen it.
it's just a mix of like different, not Ubisoft characters within the series, but like terms, I guess you could say, like Splinter Cell. Like there's a Splinter team or whatever, this and that. But when you look at the gameplay, it's
so
like
I can't like be Rayman with like an AK-47.
yeah. So it's like, it looks interesting because it genuinely has. When you look at it, it has that gameplay feel of Black Ops 1 and 2. Right, where there's no like horrible recoil compared to like all the games now.
Yes, dude.
Like now it's just just straight on like you, like people go off easily, and it looks interesting. And if it weren't, I think because it's Ubisoft or whatever, I think it's mainly just any company really that always has that good and bad side to them. So I think some people might just shit on it because they want to.
Are they using like the Far Cry engine for the gameplay?
Couldn't tell you.
Or for the gunplay?
I don't know.
Because Far
Maybe.
Cry has good gunplay.
It has great gunplay. Yeah, it might be. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. But
Because the gunplay in Far Cry 6 is really fun.
Mhm.
It feels really good. Like headshots feel really satisfying.
Yeah.
Guns don't feel like if you put the gun Far Cry tip for anybody playing, put all your automatic rifles on single shot. You will feel such a difference. You will dome everybody you shoot. I promise. If you put any rifle, any like AR-15, any SCAR, any carbine, put it on single shot. You have the option after Far Cry 4 and after. Put it on single shot. You will dome everybody, and you will feel like fucking John Wick. It feels really good. So if it's using that engine, then it's probably
I
really
don't
pretty
know.
fun.
I played Far Cry 6 for a little bit, but the last one I played, not all the way, but maybe about halfway, was Blood Dragon.
I remember that coming out.
That one was really, really fun.
The DLC?
Yeah.
It was
For
like
Far Cry 3,
yeah, it was super fun. But I think what got me was just the whole like, it felt like as if I grew up playing the fucking Virtual Boy, where everything was red.
Yeah.
Everything was just like a retro kind of look to it.
Or Prototype, remember that game? Prototype, PlayStation 3 game.
Oh yeah. We have an accident. We had an accident.
Brandon hurt himself like
I hurted my elbow.
He hurted. I was gonna say something about Budokai Tenkaichi 4 that I don't really.
I'm excited for that.
I am
I hope
excited.
it plays just like the Ultimate Budokai, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Like I hope it plays like that, or it has, or not plays like it, but rather have the mass amount of characters that they had.
Yeah.
I really do.
That's what I
hope
want.
they even bring in like Super Saiyan 4 things. I'm just like,
That's what I
please.
want. I was gonna say, I want those games to do how they do back then.
Because I don't see a reason for them not to do that, because it's not like they're like a Marvel Capcom thing, because a Marvel Capcom thing becomes a rights thing. So they slowly had like less and less characters compared to Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I just want a new Dragon Ball game that goes from like Dragon Ball Goku to like Super Goku, like Super Broly Goku, but like a story where like you fight all the villains and all that. Like I would love that.
Rather than like what Kakarot is, where it's just like, oh yeah, you'll go through. I think it started off with like the Vegeta saga or whatever.
Not even Raditz.
Raditz, which then led into the Vegeta one. It did that, and then
Goku's brother that no one remembers.
Yeah, exactly. It goes through all the sagas, but then it's like, oh, you want to play like the small like God of Destruction saga? It's DLC. Oh, you want to play as Bardock? It's DLC. But like it's like a story DLC, and then there's a third one, but I can't remember.
But that's what I think is going to happen with the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm plus Boruto collection.
I thought that was just a full thing, though.
You definitely gonna get DLC, dude.
Really? Nah.
I think it's gonna go.
I put money on that.
I think it's gonna be like story mode, like your kid Naruto, and you go all the way up to the story to Boruto and the tuning exams.
But I didn't think that was a whole new game, though. I thought that was just a collection of the all.
No, it's a game.
Really? Okay, I need to look more into that. I thought okay.
I started reading Boruto the other day.
It's good, but
I'm only on the 3rd chapter, so like.
I was about to spoil the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't read it. I just like.
I mean,
has Sarada met somebody yet?
I don't think so. Like it's very new. It's like
Okay.
like I think they're just about to like do the tuning exam. Like Sasuke just accepted Boruto as like his student, even though like he like cheated
like
like a little
So Sarada
ninja tool
met
thing.
Sasuke.
Bro, I don't remember who Sarada is. So.
The chick with the red dress, red eyes.
Sasuke's fucking daughter.
Bro, I read this shit like 2 days ago.
She's
trying to roast me
the
right now.
red with the black. The girl.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
I
cool,
think
but manga's black and white.
you're right. Yeah, I forgot. She's okay. It might be easier this way because
Okay,
you might have
that's
spoiled
fair.
it if that's the case.
If you're just now getting
But
into it,
it's
that's fair.
fucking Sakura's daughter.
Yeah.
Sasuke's also.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying if he hadn't got to that part, he probably wouldn't have known. Technically, he would. He would have because it's pretty fucking obvious. But
Has she met him by the tuning exams?
yeah, because
You're gonna have to move next episode.
dude, that's
Brennan has
so
hurt
wide.
himself twice
There's
in
no
like
way
what
you're gonna
2
hurt yourself
minutes.
on the same fucking spot.
elbow.
But
I think so because I think it was when like he took him into training a little bit before that.
Sasuke took Boruto.
Yeah, when Sasuke took Boruto to training, I think that's what triggered her to be like, "Oh, how come?" Like,
I was just gonna say it's a funny moment because Sasuke almost kills her. I don't know if you saw that.
he probably didn't.
Oh, fuck.
So this is like.
But I think she
I haven't
has
even-
met him by the
I
tuning
haven't.
exam.
think
I
so.
haven't like completed the 3rd chapter yet.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
I've
okay,
read,
let's
I've
just
read
stop
2
talking about
chapters,
it. Yeah.
like less than
Let's
100
not even-
pages.
yeah,
I mean,
let's
do you
stop
really
talking.
care about Boruto spoilers?
If he's reading
I mean,
it, probably.
yeah.
He's in
Yeah.
the 3rd chapter. I think it's an anime rule. And that's in my brother's rule. Or manga, too. Where, like, if he's already past 3 of episodes or books, he's gonna keep watching it.
Man, I remember like reading Naruto Shippuden, the manga, as it was coming out.
Mhm.
Like every Wednesday, going to your laptop and just rushing to these like anime torrent sites to read
Yeah.
it. Gosh, it was so like reading the Great Ninja War as it was coming out was like, dude, I think fucking Sasuke's dying this next chapter, bro. Like, bro, he's hurt and Madara's already got him in a Tsukiyomi. He broke out, but his chakra's depleted, and it's like, bro.
I wasn't big into stuff like that.
I
couldn't.
I usually binge read stuff, so I feel like probably by the time, like next time we record an episode, like I'll have read all the 80 chapters. I think there's.
He'll come in with a headband, a leaf village headband.
I have one somewhere.
I want one.
From when I was in high school and dressed up like Sasuke at an anime convention.
I want a Cloud
I
Village
used to be able
headband.
to like binge watch with like anime. Like I binge watched the fuck out of Full Metal. I binge watched the fuck out of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Long name, I know. Out of Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. I binge
Not
watched the
for
fuck
anime.
out of that.
That's not a long name for anime.
Yeah, no, but I mean for me it was.
Yeah, it's a long name to
Um,
say for Americans.
Yeah.
For
I
dumb
binge watched
Western
that.
apes.
I have binge watched a bunch of other things, but as of recent, I can't do that. I tried getting into the new Mobile Suit Gundam Mercury, Witch from Mercury. I think that's what it's called.
Isn't it a movie or is it a series?
No, it's a series.
It's a series?
I think they haven't released a movie for it.
the-
I just know
The
it's
trailer for it looked cool.
Yeah, it's so far it's been cool, but I've only seen like 4 episodes. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, but it was one of those things that because it's coming out weekly, I'm like, I'll just wait for it. I can't do that thing either, where it's just like a weekly thing. I'd rather just watch it all in one go.
The reason I like manga is because I can read through it so fast. Like I
Yeah.
can consume like an entire series in like a week.
Yeah.
Do y'all watch like Netflix shows and stuff?
Once
Here
in
and
a while.
there.
Have y'all watched like You, the show You,
Heard of it?
with Joe Goldberg, and he's a killer guy that obsesses with women, and like each series is about him obsessing over a new girl.
I have not seen that.
It's pretty good. Well, season 1, 2, and
I think they're on their 3rd one now.
no 4th. 3
Fourth,
was I think 3 was okay if I remember correctly. 4 is kind of it's all right.
I think
4
the
is 4 is kind of
last thing I watched on Netflix was Korea Number One. It's a pretty funny show.
Korea #1.
Yeah,
I think I've seen like the thumbnail for
it's
it.
pretty funny.
Last thing I saw on Netflix was Kung Fu Panda 2. No, I'm not sure. That was like 2 weeks ago.
That's
I was
fair.
like,
Kung Fu Panda's cool.
I saw a clip of
I mean,
Kung
I'm
Fu
not hating.
Panda,
It's
yeah.
just funny.
Yeah, I saw a clip of Kung Fu Panda somewhere on TikTok. I'm like, damn, these movies are so good.
Jack
And,
Black
like,
was Poe.
The only one you could find anywhere online without having to buy it is Kung Fu Panda 2 on Netflix. I'm like,
Kung Fu Panda has some good ass like fighting animation too.
gee, it's fucking
like,
great. Or sorry, not 2, 3. I keep thinking that the enemy in 2 is the enemy in 3. because I don't know. Okay, so in 3, the enemy is like this like ox dude with like fucking chaos blades from God of War, but they're green.
The like ghost
the
looking
Emerald
dude.
Warrior.
Yeah.
And he to me seems more of like a boss for 2, compared to the enemy in number 2, which was like that peacock dude with like the knives as the feathers as knives and stuff. And he's like,
I didn't see 2.
Oh, dude, 2 was so much better. And I think that one to me seemed like he was a better fit for what a 3rd movie would be. But they gave it to this guy. I was like, all right, whatever. Either ways, they were all just as good.
Gonna cause an uproar in the Kung Fu Panda fandom.
Yeah,
We need Jack Black in here.
you're treading on
a very, very fine line.
shaky ice, my brother.
Yeah.
Thin ice. I saw a trailer for Fast and Furious 10.
I saw.
Good,
I
right?
saw.
Is it? It looks really good.
I saw a thumbnail for the trailer and I did not click it.
We just gotta watch the. Well, you're not even big into movies.
What I want to do in
Yeah.
the future is I want to watch all 10.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta do that.
And I want to give a review of like a Fast and the Furious fan. Like
the
me,
last one is 11. They're saying they're stopping there.
I'm stopping at 10 mentally, physically.
Right.
11 doesn't exist. I'm giving like a review of like, because I think 11 is like a new generation type thing where like Dom's little cousins go skin and faggot.
I don't know. I just know 11 is supposed to be the last one. That's not even. It just barely even started production.
I mean, technically, if you count Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and Furious 10 is 11.
Yeah, because it's technically a Fast and Furious thing.
All
right.
Yeah, I want to like watch all 10 and like give my review because I'm a Fast and the Furious fan. I'm a car guy. I want to give a review as a car guy and as a Fast and Furious fan, and watch as my like.
Can you really send a car into space?
And watch as my mentality. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And I want to watch as my like morality fades with each movie.
From VHS.
I would defend them all the way up to 8. I think 1 through 7.
Which one's the Brazil one? That was 5.
5. The
I like
heist
that
movie.
one. Yeah,
that
was
one
5.
good.
That's everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
5. I remember going to see that in theaters and I was pretty like, it's good for an action movie.
It's a good heist movie, I think. I like 1, 3, and 4, which is like a weird take, but 1 obviously.
Yeah, it's the OG.
3 because Han, Tokyo Drift, and 4 because I think 4, well, not because he's still alive.
Yeah, no, I know, but because he's just the GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, typically that means because
And 4.
Which one? Yeah, which
no,
one? Was
I like 1, 3, 4, and 7. I like 1 because obviously
4 with like where they're in the desert and
3
stuff.
Tokyo Drift. 4 is like the drug cartel Mexican
Yeah.
desert. I just like it because it's like a gritty, like it's not a Fast and the Furious movie. It's like way different. It's like a dark like revenge story of like Dom trying to kill the guy that killed his girlfriend and Brian trying to catch the guy that killed Dom's girlfriend because Brian's a cop and Dom's a street kid.
Like, okay.
And like they meet and they fight and they butt heads because Brian's trying to do this for a job and Dom's trying to do this for revenge, and they kind of butt heads. And it's like there's racing in it, but it's not really about the cars. It's about the like story, and I like that. And 7, I think 7 is just paced really well. It's paced like a Marvel film.
Which one was 7?
The last one Paul Walker was in, the one where they jumped out of the plane with the cars.
Oh, okay.
And the one where they introduced Jason Statham.
Yeah.
That one is paced like a Marvel film. Like if you watch it, like things just happen. Like it's like I'm Doctor Strange. The multiverse is opened. Wanda's here. We got to fight Wanda. She died. We got to fight. You know, it's very paced, and it's very fun. And it's the last one with Paul Walker. And the ending, literally, legit, made me tear up in class. I watched it. Without you, my friend.
All right.
We're not done. All about it.
What if I started?
I watched it illegally on
Hell yeah.
a website
Best way, baby.
in high school during a substitute teacher class.
Shout out to
day.
123 Movies.
Shout out to
That's one of the websites.
I think it was Put Locker where I watched it on.
Put Locker. I remember that one too.
And yeah, it was pretty cool. Letty is sick.
You've never watched Star Wars or Harry Potter, have you?
No.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's the reaction.
Aside from like the J.K. Rowling shit, Harry Potter's genuinely a good series.
That's
I don't
cool.
think she said anything bad.
No, did you hear about? So they're trying to reboot Harry Potter
As a series
to make it a series where each season deals with one of the chapters.
I'm
Each
all
steer-
about
And
that.
right, but what sucks about it is that they're actually bringing in J.K. Rowling is an executive director for this.
I
And
mean, it's her
what
fucking story, though. I don't really.
but they can.
Wait, is she just bad at writing, or?
No, because she has very phobic
I mean, but
comments
like,
and
okay,
stuff
like, what
that.
is she gonna do? Like, okay, like Harry Potter's gonna be like, I can't wait to get to Hogwarts, and Hagrid's gonna be like, a man can't have babies, and then like that's gonna be part of the, I don't know.
She's
She
just
she
evil
is,
about that stuff.
she is, but I just feel like, okay, but like it's Harry fucking Potter. Like if I found out the guy that made Iron Man was racist, it's like okay, but like Iron Man is a guy that has a mech suit and flies in space, like. I feel like it's not going to play out in the show, but
Right.
I
I'd
understand
still
not wanting to
watch it.
fund.
Yeah, I'd still watch it, but if
A
she
bigot.
had nothing
I-
to do with it, because at the end of the day, it's still technically yes, Harry Potter,
I
but
understand.
it doesn't need her.
I
Yeah.
understand not wanting to like fund like someone with like hateful views.
Yeah,
Like, but like, I mean, if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's probably gonna be pretty good.
but exactly. There's two sides to that. You're a Harry Potter fan and you hate her, but you still want to watch it. But if she had nothing, Avalanche Studios made that Hogwarts Legacy game, nothing to do with her, nothing at all, and it was a perfect Harry Potter game in my opinion.
And the
It
thing,
was good.
like, this is what I feel. Like, we're regular people.
Yeah.
We don't have like, you know, like corporate influence and like, you know, like political influence. I feel like Aaron Hernandez kills people. Okay, I'll still watch the Super Bowl. Chris Brown beats women. I'll still dance to some of his songs.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling hates trans people. I'll still play the game.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
it's like, you know, I mean, like,
Exactly, yeah, and that's understandable. We get that.
My ass really hurts from sitting in this chair.
we
Dude.
are done. Thank you for watching Cicada Podcast. If you like this
Says
episode,
we're bad. Okay.
if you like this episode, why?
Why
Please-
would they like this?
Yeah,
I don't
please
know.
please write us a letter.
This episode was really a roller coaster. Of,
Yeah, it started off like dentists and shit. You know, like we were happy about that.
And then he's like, "Oh, there's this thing that makes you beat women."
Yeah.
Why it is? It's a thing. I think it's a serious matter. I'm upset.
Nobody's named dentist.